I've been seeing on my YouTube, I've been doing a couple of videos on copy trading. So look out. I'll be putting out a series on that for whoever is interested. The platform will be Pocket Option, which is this one. And actually all these trades are not my trades. These are all like copied trades. And it's quite interesting, kind of fun. Yeah, I think Catherine, this will be perfect for you. So this is perfect for people who don't have the time, or let's say, you want a separate income stream. And this idea really came about because one of my former members of Binary Lab, he wrote to me and he said, "Hey, do you know of a couple of people in Singapore who could fund up, who could open accounts, and I will give them money to fund." And and it's like he was really doing it like a business kind of thing. Well, I don't know if you guys want to learn. Do you, if you guys want to learn, I can teach you here, but otherwise, like, well, okay. Do I have a universal agreement, because there's a bunch of you here? I don't want to impose on you guys if you feel that automated trading is beneath your dignity, kind of thing. Because I know there's like a trader's pride kind of thing, right? So, um, well, anyway, the reason why I brought up this screen was also because I wanted to show you how to do the setup. I'm not sure if Anthony is online. Is Anthony here? No, he's not. Okay. Yeah, so if you guys want to know, I will show you guys how to do it in this session. And it's kind of interesting because, okay, over here, I've actually done the same setup as I would on IQ option. And first of all, you can have this comparison. You can see that like over here, they tend to zoom in quite a bit, but over here in Pocket, they don't zoom it so much. It's you get a more realistic idea of what the market really is. So you may not be so tempted to do certain positions. Okay, so now I'm gonna guide you into the process of auto trading, and auto trading can be dangerous. Okay, it can be dangerous because I'll skip to the dangerous part first. All right, because I want everyone to take note so that you can protect your money. Um, by the way, this is the first legit copy trade I've ever seen in the market that is so robustly integrated into the platform itself. And it is legit because they do not allow you to do it on a demo account. It needs to be on a live account. So what I did was that, like, I'm doing some crypto stuff, so I've got a lot of Ethereum on hand. I could just send in some here. And what's really cool is that over here, because they are not regulated by SciSec and ESMA, so they're actually able to give pretty generous bonus. So, I actually, if you use my link, there is a bonus coupon, and it's already coded into it. And I want to show you, like, it's kind of crazy because earlier today I was doing a live video, and it was just a few hours into it, I was already at 2% turnover. So I want to give you guys an idea, okay? Supposing if you're depositing, all right, if you deposited like 10 grand and you took a bonus of 10 grand, and like, your turnover is this much, right? But at this rate of turnover, you would be over at it in no time. Within a week, you could be done with your turnover. And even if your account just remained at break even, you already profited 100% from the bonus. And this was a strategy that I used to use. I used to teach my students here in Binary Lab to use when IQ option was still giving bonus, but they stopped that. So when it comes to bonus, you can also select like how much bonus you want to receive. And it really depends. But like you see, there are like all these promo codes that you can use. But I mean, use my link. There are promo codes that there's Easy Start, and there's another one. You can use these ones. It's already coded to my link. You can use it. So let's get back to the part that was dangerous, right? So I want to show you this part here. When you go into social trading, And then basically the way I sort uh, all these, right, I don't select from this screen because these people, they're basically just the most recent trades. They're not necessarily like, a champion or something, but you can click on them and you can see what is their overall. So today, this guy is overall 45%. Yesterday, he's overall 40%. All time, he's 53%. Would I copy this guy? Probably not, right? And I also look into a couple of details. What's his minimum trade? What's his maximum trade? I think he does some martingale over there, okay? Because I can detect this kind of pattern. Yesterday and today, look, yesterday he started smallest trade 26, biggest trade 141. So between today and yesterday, I can tell that this guy is a martingaling person. So do you want to follow this guy? Well, it depends, but not for me. So what I prefer to do instead is I'll actually click on this one here, which is, it will rank for the last 24 hours. Now, I'll go one step further. Okay, of course I can go around the screen. And by the way, this person is a total genius. Like, she's the top of the list every day. I don't know who that is. And, I'll probably even admit that this person is probably better than me. Because I want to show you an equation, which is in my YouTube video, and that is the efficiency ratio, okay? So what is the efficiency ratio? I'm gonna just type it out for you. Efficiency ratio equals to trading turnover divided by trading profit. And the answer is smaller the better. Okay, so let's try and study this trader over here. This trader, turnover for yesterday is 5,600 and 5,600 and divided by a profit of 3,998. See, 1.4. This is insanely good. It's insanely good because most people out here, if you do this across, you can do the same thing across the different traders, right? If you get something 10 or better, that person's already very good because mostly it's going to be 15 to 25. But this, like 1.4, is insanely good. Let's look at today. Today she hasn't traded yet. Now let's look at the all-time. The all-time, like this person, we're gonna do all-time, and we'll just try that again. So it's 9,900 divided by 2,471. 4 times. It's still insanely good. Okay. So a lot of people are watching this person, but this person just doesn't want to do copy trading, but just really good. If you already have a account on the platform, well, it's really up to you. I mean, like, you can support me, or you can switch over, or you can just keep up with it. Like, I mean, there's not actually any difference. But if you wish to switch over, it's basically just because you want to support me. That's all. Yeah. By the way, if you are even thinking of having a second account, I just want to warn you that it's very important that you use a different name, different email, different device. So we have someone where husband and wife, they have separate accounts on separate computers. I clarified the customer support that if it's the same computer, you can get flagged. And basically, when you get flagged, it means that your profits are going to be disqualified, and that sucks. So if you're thinking, if you have like a live account, it's also a good idea to differentiate. Like, for some of you, you don't want to be trading and auto trading on the same account. For example, that guy from Binary Lab, he actually told me that he wanted to have many accounts so that he can test and use some of them to scale. So anyway, let's go back to the next process. Okay, I want to find you another trader as an example, and this guy his ratio is also really good. So just to show you how that works, you take this number divided by this one. Let's see yesterday. This is still decent. It's still within 10 times. And let's look at the all-time. Okay, the all-time is not so great, but I mean today he's doing really good. So let's take 665 400 divided by 3 562. Okay, 17. Actually average, but if you look at yesterday and today, it's quite good. Just that on the all-time, it's not so fantastic. Okay. Now I want to show you, like, if we were to copy someone, this is the most important thing, and if you get this right, you'll be quite safe. Now, when you are copying a trader, you need to look at what is their minimum and maximum trade amounts. So this person today, he's doing minimum and maximum $1 trades. He's only doing $1 trades. And then yesterday, he only did, he did 3 trades, and all of his trades were 710. What the heck, right? So yesterday you're doing 710, today he's doing $1. What is up with that? And we look at all time, he's done a total of 6 trades in total. 3 yesterday and 3 today. Would you copy such a trader? I think he's just trying his luck. So what I would recommend that you do instead is that you go down to the full rating, okay? And I will, in this case, let's just select someone that you can copy, all right? And I'm gonna, so we can just check by number of trades, the profit, the profitable deals, profit for the day. But I want to just show you one random example. Okay, this one I'm already copying him. So go to page 2. It is the most important thing for today. Most important. So let's assume that I copy this guy. I mean, this guy is not really good. But I'm assuming I'm going to copy this guy. What must I look at? I must look at what is his average trading size. I look at today, all time, he's done 6,000 deals. 6,000 deals. Today, his smallest is 30, his largest is 120. Yesterday, his smallest is 35, his largest is 115. His all-time smallest is 20, his largest is 120. Is he quite consistent? We know from the trade sizes that he's probably doing a little bit of martingale, but is he consistent in his trading? I would say that he's quite consistent. So we know what kind of range to expect, okay? Now, we want to look at his trading behavior, and this we can only see by following him, like let's say like a 1% copy, then we can do it, and we can actually set that. So for example, if we want to set that, let's say I follow him 1%, which means that if he does something really, small, oh wow, I just had a really good idea. Yeah, I just had a really good idea. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is he's a martingaler, right? So let's go back to that previous screen. This is like a very big tip for you guys. So you find the martingalers, and then if you see that they are generally having success with martingaling, I mean, he's grown his account a decent amount, and he's fairly consistent. He's above 50%. And with martingaling, this is still possible to make a profit. Those of you guys who've done Martingale Master, you know that. And then, all right, here's the thing. We want to know what is the maximum trade and the minimum trade. How big are we willing to go on our account? So let's say if this account is small, it's like 200. So maybe I want to do $1 trades. So what would be a $1 trade based on this? Simple. Let's say we don't want to do 20, we want to do 1 out of 20. So what's that? We want to do on a $1 trade instead of 20 times 100. So we're going to do a 5% copy. You get it? 5% copy. And what would be the biggest trade? What would be the biggest trade that we'll take? So 5 times 120%, 6. Is that okay? I think it's quite okay. But this guy is a martingaler. So if we are following a martingaler, the way I'm going to do it is that, like I said, I do a 5% copy. 5% copy. And then the stop balance. Let's say I generally allocate for martingale, maybe I'll put about, instead of 25% is a cutoff, I'll give him a little bit more room because he does need some room to work. So maybe I'll put like a 140. And then for the max copy trade, based on his rules, he should not be going more than $6. The one day that he decides to break his trading money management, he's probably going to wreck his account, and I don't want to do that. So now I'll give you another idea. If I copy in proportion, 5% means 5% of his trade, not his account, his trade. So people trade very differently. And by the way, you know, if you do, let's watch something here, okay? If you do the default settings, okay, let's say what if I close this, like let's say if I close this and I get on the same guy, I know it's still down, right? Okay. One sec. Watch this. If I copy the trade, I tell you, if you do these settings, you are going to kaput your account super fast. So you must do settings on this page. All right, I know I've taken a long time to get to this point, but this is the most important point that you must know. Before you even start, please get this part down. If you understand, I want you to type in the chat you understand. If you are not clear about it, you know, please ask me questions now, because not understanding this part is going to cost you to wipe out your account real fast. There are people that I copy who place $1,000 trades every single time. But that guy, I saw from his trading history that he only does $1,000 trades, so he's consistent. So therefore, I follow him 1%, and I do a stop balance for that guy. I do a 150. For this guy is a martingale, so I'll probably do like a 140. All right, and the max copy trade, I'll probably put like a, you know, I know that based on his money management, I'll probably give it like maybe a little bit extra, like $8. I'm going to copy him like 5%. And then this is basically done. It's a done deal. And now I told you I have another idea for you, right? The other idea is that if someone is a martingale, what if we copied their trading only on their third or fourth trade? Would that sound like a good idea? Because if we look at the way that he trades, okay, 30, double up, 60, double up, 120. So he does a 3-step martingale. So what if I decided to only follow him on his third trade? So how I will do that is I would actually do a minimum copy, anything less than $5 by proportion, okay, 5%. So it's like anything less than $5. So basically $6 is his biggest trade, right? So I'm only going to copy his biggest trade. So I'm going to get very little trading, but I'm going to get super high accuracy if this guy on the long term generally wins on that martingale setup. I mean, this is just one idea. I'm assuming that he probably goes level 2, level 3 quite a bit. Otherwise, I can also go, all right, sure, I will do level 2 and level 3 in this martingale. I'll skip level 1. Okay, that's just an idea. All right. Okay, so for those people who only have 100 USD to put in, that's a very good question. So I'm going to show you how I select. Now, just now I was just giving you random examples. That's not how I personally select. But I mean, it's just kind of like, I'll just talk you through the process of trying to understand how a person probably trades based on the statistics. So what I do is this. It's a little bit laborious. I wish I could export this whole thing, but unfortunately I cannot. If any of you are programmers, you know, let me know if you can export these details. The name, the profit, or just export this thing, then we can just do it in bloody Excel, and then we can sort by 2 columns in priority. That would be awesome, all right? But now we cannot do that. I'll show you what I'm going to do instead. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to sort by profit. I'm gonna click it like twice. I make sure that I'm on the first page because the system's a little bit stupid. If I'm on the fifth page, it's gonna keep me on the fifth page. So I'm gonna click it until it's the most profitable one. So generally, high profit, and I look for something that is around like 60 and above percent. Why 60 and above percent? Because someone with 60 above percent all time probably has some really good days and some really bad days. All right, but an average, uh, something decent. So let's look at today. He done one trade, and yesterday he did 6 trades, and his efficiency is about 4 times, which is not bad. All-time efficiency is he's still quite efficient. And now let's look at his trading though. I don't think he's so suitable for people who have a small account. Or maybe it's possible. I mean, like to be honest with you, most people here money go, but okay, I'll give you a heads up. The one guy that I find the best so far right now, this guy called Yuan. This is the best guy I found so far. Okay, and he's really good for people with small accounts. So he trades only one size, 1,000, and 55 people copy him. It's really good. He doesn't have a big account, but I mean he's consistent. So this guy, right? I've been following his trading. Generally, he does only a few trades a day, and he really watches the market. Uh, he does not trade when the payouts are bad, and he does not trade the OTC. OTC is shit. So he doesn't trade OTC, and he trades what do you call it? Very minimal. And like today, he has one loss. He stops for the day. So very very disciplined trader. And if you guys have like only $100 to trade, I would suggest that this is one guy that you should follow. If you have $100, hey, my account, I started with $100 as well. I took the 100% bonus. So I will put the copying on 10%. So I'm sorry, 1% copy, 1% because $1,000 trade, right? So 1% means that the trade is going to be $10 each time. So I give a cutoff in case one day he goes nuts and he does something really stupid, and my cutoff stop balance is 150. And then in case some days he trades bigger, I give him an extra margin of $15. But otherwise, it should only be about 10. All right, you guys follow this example. Now I want to basically go through the same process again, and we're going to sort it by profit once more. And I'll show you what would be quite a good idea to do. So I already showed you based on yeah, exactly. If you guys find a good one, you let everyone know. And uh, that way we'll help each other find out, like who's good, who's no good, statistics. And, when you look around at it, just share the username, and we can then look around and see how they are how they are um, how the statistics are at. Okay, so this is the last 24 hours. I don't like to do last 24 hours. Hang on. Let me see. That's correct. Wait. Okay, it is correct. It is correct. Sorry. So we sort by profit. Okay, now and then we're gonna skip. Um, one sec. Okay. So now let's go in many pages in. Why? Because I don't mind the profit to be less, but I want the profitable deals to be more. So we're going to skip many pages in. I should be seeing a 60 something percent, 70 something percent. So yeah, just go on with this, and then you eventually find some. Because there are a lot of very high volume traders, but we want those who are consistent. So let's check out this guy. about 8 times, or 7+ times. But he martingales, so I think probably not. So, and this is quite a time-consuming process, but you guys get the drift, right? Okay, again, let's sort this out. Remember, you have to keep sorting it because this system is a bit stupid. You gotta do the whole thing again just to make sure that it's correct. So the idea is that we kind of go through the pages and find someone that is like 60+%. Even better than 60 is already very good. So it's, as you can see, it's quite difficult. We're gonna, oh gosh. So for money management, okay, money management, what is absolutely important is that, okay, the research part, I'll leave you guys to do it, but you guys know the gist of how to research, I presume by now. Try to get something as close to 60%, okay? And then you go through the statistics. It's okay, acceptable that people do some martingale, but from the results, you can see how much martingale they exactly use. And I'm gonna try to randomly find one that I can show you again how to copy. So I'm gonna sort by profit, right? Okay, so Pavel. I think for based on this kind of profit, he's either trading less than before or, yeah, so you gotta look at the stats. See, I hate it when I go back to the screen because it's time wasting. It messes up everything that was previously there. So I gotta double click this one twice every single time. And let's go with average daily profit, 220. Okay, that's not bad. Anatoly, let's try to have it for this guy. Okay, so today his efficiency is two point something, which is really good. Oh, yesterday he lost, but at least he stopped himself. Okay, that's considerable. No minimum and a maximum. Okay, that's not too good. It's kind of difficult to try to find some good stats. I just want to find some decent one that I can just copy in live and show you how to do it. This is the most time-consuming part, really. Let's find someone close to 60%. And you guys can do it at the same time. By the way, you need a live account in order to do this. So look at the daily profit as well. You know what? Screw this. I'm going to try again with daily profit. So make sure when the daily profit, okay, make sure they're not just started. You want to have people with some history. So this Sergi is not bad. Yield is quite decent for, yeah, like yesterday and today is quite okay. The difference between the smallest and biggest is only about twice, okay? I don't know why his previous one is not so good, but I can tell that his trade consistency is decent. It's he doesn't really martingale. He only martingales once, and yesterday, today, hit rate is quite okay. Maybe last time he wasn't so good, but now he's decent. So, assuming if someone has a small account and want to copy this guy, and I want to test how good he is, I know that his standard trade is about $84. All time is about maybe 64, but let's just based on the latest figures. Let's take the from 84, the higher figure, to the higher figure as well. So we look across the ranges, see what's the higher figure for the max trade, 174. So 84 and 174. All right. So we have an account. Let's say, all right, we want to maybe test him out. Let's test him out like $1 at a time, or maybe $2. Okay, fine, $2. All right. $2 divided by 84. times 100. Sorry, I think I did something wrong. 2 yeah, that's correct, sorry. 2.38%. So let's round it down, maybe 2%. Okay, 2%. So every time it does 84, I'm going to do like a 84 times 2%. So I'll do like 168. And that's a bit too small. So let's make it 3%. Okay, 3%. 84 times 3%. So 252. Yeah, okay, whatever. And when he goes a bit bigger, that's about $5. That's fine. So when I copy this guy, I'm going to copy him right now. Oops. All right, Sergey was the guy. So I'm going to copy his trades. In proportion, let's make it 3%. And the stop balance, I will do it. I think based on his trading rules, I'm going to set a higher minimum. And the max copy trade amount, so it should not be bigger than $5, but just for the benefit of the doubt, let's make it 7. Okay. And the minimum, we know that he usually does, he like based on his trading size, 84 or 74, we'll probably get like a $2 trade or a $3 trade. So that's fine, that's fine. So basically with that, we confirm. All right. So let's see if right now there are any trades running. Nope. And when you are running your trading, you can check out like who's on, who's off. You can, this is your watch traders. So let's say you don't have to copy them straight away. You can watch them and see how they're performing on a daily basis. And like sometimes your watch traders may not be the same as the ones that you copy. But if you just keep an eye, are they regularly making? If they are regularly making, then you can favorite a lot of traders. There's no harm in following them. And then when you see that, okay, I constantly see this person, they're making good money, and then you decide to copy them. So what do these mean? This means the last trade. So I can tell that Dimitro and Victor, they were responsible for my last 2 winning trades for Microsoft OTC and Johnson & Johnson OTC. So most of these other guys, they tend to screw up with OTC, but these two are doing quite decent. So let's go into the trades. So Microsoft and Johnson & Johnson, I can see. So Johnson & Johnson, and we have Microsoft over here. So who did Intel and HPQ? So let's see who those are. Go to the over here. This person did Intel and this person did HP. Okay. So I'm going to see his daily performance. Today he's still generally okay yield, and it's important for you to check this daily. This is the only maintenance that you need to do, right? So this is how you can free yourself. What's good about this is that, I mean, it's transparent. But the other thing that is good that you guys are not realizing is that there's no commission. Do you realize how big that is? There's no commission, right? Forex is commission, but this one there's no commission. Not sure why there's no commission, but I don't know why. Maybe that's why some of the traders they don't let people copy their trades because they're thinking that they should be paid. Okay, there's one thing I haven't shared with you about is that you start seeing on these accounts, right? They have different kinds of account. This is Guru. This one, he's I think it's a pro account. Yuan has a pro account. And then, okay, so I'll show you where to find all the account details. You're going to click on the top up. So Uh, Personally, I think that anyone with experience or more is good to copy. Why? Because they have a vested interest. If you are copying like a beginner, um, you know, then I mean, what is their liability? Obviously, but are they doing it for fun, right? I already given you all the criteria that I figured out so far. If I have more criteria, I'll let you know the first. And then for those who are guru, all right, they are depositing a lot of money in it. But the reason why I still consider experience is because it could be a person in Vietnam, it could be a person in Malaysia, it could be a person in Indonesia or China where they're not rich, but they're really good. So eh, like in these countries, some of the people are really geeky and they have very good self-control. Like that person Yuan, I saw the currency flag. I'm not sure if it's he's a Chinese living in another country or he's just using a VPN or what. But I mean, I look at the trading style. I really like it. Um, and yeah, basically I've covered most of the stuff here that I wanted to cover. Any questions? Um, some additional advice. Oh yeah, I forgot. Some additional advice. As you will notice that the payouts can be quite shit, and I don't know why some people don't bother. Like you see, 45%. Gosh, why would they even bother, right? Are they really bored or something? So if you notice that some people who trade for your account and then they keep doing these stupid OTC trades and losing, right? If they're winning, I'm okay. I'm okay. But if they're losing, then why are we even doing it, right? So there are a lot of people that I cut since yesterday because they trade well on forex, but when it gets to when the forex market's closed, they just start doing the OTC, doing the Asian market. I mean, that's just plain stupidity. So what you can do, there are a couple of things that you can do. In fact, um, for example, you're following the people. You have the watch list, and then for the copy, let's say you don't want any stupid surprises. You look at their daily performance. Are they gonna? What's the likelihood of them messing up today? Well, if their general stats is quite okay, then I'll probably still keep them. But if they lost and then I see that they're perpetually doing all this stupid OTC stuff, then I'm just gonna cut them. Like I think this guy, I already cut this guy. Yeah, I already cut this guy. So I already cut him yesterday. So what you can also do is that um, you see that's why he's in the history. So basically, keep them in the history if you took someone out, so that you know never to select them again, or you analyze them before you put them back on. And you're most welcome to, let's say, if you find that, oh, I don't like the way this guy trades, I'm going to stop copying him. He's going to go to my history. Or let's say, I know that some people, they trade well when the market payouts are good, but they are also tradeaholic. When the payouts suck, they still keep trading. So um, for those people, you stop copying them when the OTC market is on, and then you start copying them again when the market restores. So let's say London to New York after lunch, I manually turn on, and then after I manually turn off. Right. So these are a couple of ways that you can do, and this will help you to perform a lot better in your copy trading and profit option. Any questions so far? Let me get myself a drink first. Okay, so I'm back here again, looking at the questions. All right, so I mean, I'm still in the process of finding out who's good and who isn't. Um, I think we can do this together for those of you who are interested. Um, and all right, so for those of you who you think that you're not so technically advanced, or if you think you're technically challenged, what you can do, or what I'm willing to do, is that you take a screenshot of your settings before you copy someone, and let me see if your settings are correctly done. Okay, so maybe what we can do right now before we finish is that, for practice sake, how about everyone? Oh yeah, you can't, because not all of you have the pocket option account, right? How many of you here have pocket option accounts other than Ada? Any other one here have a pocket option account? Anyone? Right. Because if any of you have, okay, pocket option, uh, I think the minimum is like what, $20 or something. But if you want to copy, I really suggest you start with 100 and then take the bonus, because like I said, it's really cool. You can hit the turnover requirement within 1 week, and you get to keep the bonus. So that's like super no brainer. So even if your account goes nowhere for 1 week, you still double your account. We used to do this in IQ option all the time. We like fulfill the bonus, and we straight away have like 35%, um, 35% extra. We did it again and again. So last time when they did the, like, I was doing this 1,000 to 5,000 thing, and we're just withdrawing, depositing back, withdrawing, depositing back, withdrawing, depositing back. Just totally abusing the bonus system. Yeah, that was really cool. And they took it out. Um, so when you do it, um, when you guys have your pocket option account, I would like you to, maybe you can tag me, and then do your settings. Before, if you feel that you're not confident, uh, just tag me a message, screenshot your settings. I'll check it for you and see, and make sure you let me know your account size if it's not visible in the picture as well. So like, for example, if you're copying someone, let's say I just, okay, cool, I'm not copying Olga. I'm not copying this person yet. So for whatever reason, I'm not copying this person yet. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's why I'm not copying. Maybe because not popular today. Yesterday was good. Overall, yeah, actually this person is not bad. Um, so when you copy, I want you to take take a screenshot for me like this. Okay, I want you to make sure you can see the whole thing. Okay, the whole thing. I want to be able to see your account balance. Otherwise, I cannot advise you. And I want you to let me know how much you want to risk per trade. And then we will calculate it based on the person's trading behavior. Okay. So, do that for me. When you set up your accounts, um, then go ahead and do the deposit. Um, just for those who are depositing in cryptocurrency, um, I heard from some people that their Bitcoin is a bit slow. It takes like half a day or 1 day to get in. But if you deposit with Ethereum, it's really fast. For me, it took like 25 minutes. So um, Ethereum is good. You don't have to bother about ADB cash or whatever nonsense. There's a whole bunch. I'll go through the deposit methods right now. Okay, let's look at obviously there's your cards. And it's all this, which is, in my opinion, is a bit. ADB cash is interesting. So for those of you who don't have cryptocurrency, this is not bad. But for those of you with cryptocurrency and you're familiar with buying cryptocurrency and it's convenient for you, recommend you buy Ethereum. Um, of course, if it's cheap for you to do so, like for me, I'm in Thailand, and the spread is really cheap. It's like it's like 0.25% spread. So it's very cheap for me to buy Ethereum, and it's like rather than I pay 4% to use Skrill, I just pay 0.25% to deposit using cryptocurrency. It makes a lot of sense for me. But I heard from Giuliano, who's in our group, that ADV Cash is very good. And for those using IQ option, if you're withdrawing and if you're in Singapore, right now ADV Cash is the best way to deposit and withdraw for those in Singapore using IQ option, because IQ options, they have restricted some of the other ways of getting money out of the account. It's quite a pain. So now the best way is ADV Cash to get money out of the account. You will need to verify your phone number, your name with a passport or something, and then your address. And then you have access to the full slew of deposit methods within them. So they have like a very small transaction fee, like 1.6%. And there's a minimum per transaction fee, whichever is higher kind of thing. But the rate is not too bad. So if you are crypto averse, this is a good option. If you're not using, if you, I mean, obviously Visa, Mastercard is good, but when you make more money, which will be the case for everyone, eventually you need to use this as well. Or you can take money out through these methods. So my advice in deposit will be you could deposit in Visa credit card that gets across fast. If you gamble and you have money in Skrill or whatever, NetTeller, you use that as well. If you have local funding issues, ADV Cash is good. Or if not fun using, I recommend Ethereum if it's cheap for you, okay? All right, any questions? So like I said, in the beginning of the summer, I was like, I was asking you guys, you sure you sure you want me to do this? Because if I did, it's gonna take up the whole webinar. Yeah, I'm gonna work on it right after this one, and it will be, it looks like one trade just happened. Let's see what it was. I see. Oh, I think there's one. Oh, there you go. Yeah, exactly. One trade just Gazprom. Okay, it just went through. So it did for a moment and went up. Okay, you see, it's really cool. It's really cool. Like today, I had some lousy trade. The account went up to 206, came down to 186, went down to 176. I took out some shitty traders, replaced them with better ones, and it's now on the way up. I'm excited to see what it's going to be tomorrow. And then we can see who did what by going to social trading and going on to the copy, and then we can see who the last one, Gazprom. Who did Gazprom? Who the heck did Gazprom? Why did I can't find it? Strange. Okay, hang on one sec. Who the heck did the Gazprom trade? Okay, I think I get it. What could have happened is that because of the max and minimum trade rules, so maybe they may have made some other trade that was outside of those rules, and that's why I didn't get it. And one of these guys could have done that Gazprom trade. I don't know. I mean, that's just, or it could be an error that is not showing up. But I mean, that's my understanding. All right. So I think this is a great way to help a lot of people and to have a separate income stream. And you know, you can have one account at Pocket Option to be like auto trade only, and you can continue trading your high, low, or IQ option or whatever. But if you find that you can simultaneously do it, but you know, I think you're just going to stress out. Honestly speaking, I think you're going to stress out. So you're going to probably stress out looking at place trades. And, oh, what happened to this one? What's that one? Oh, that one's losing, that one's winning. And then you get all freaked out. So just concentrate on what you're doing. Or if you have one account, what you can also do is that when you're doing your own trading, you just turn off all the auto trades so that you won't freak out when you see like 5 other trades happening at the same time. Because when you copy a bunch of people, you will see that happen. So it's like, but you know what's the exciting thing? I give you one idea, right? If you are giving, all right, you see, I always talk about these 3 net wins per day, all right? So in larger or smaller ways, everyone has a similar goal. And with all this similar goal, like if everyone that you copied just produced 2 net wins per day and you assign them like 2% each. And so that's basically, if you're copying 5 people, that's a possibility of 16% per day. That's crazy. For 4 people, that's 16% per day. That's crazy. So I think 30 to 50% is just the icing on the cake, but you know it could possibly be a lot more, right? But so just make it your skill. It's kind of like why I like this is I'm a geeky guy, um, and you know optimization is a very fun process for me. And if any of you are also very geeky or more geeky than I am, and you find out a way of how to export, you know, all the data of the traders, I would be really willing to help you to to digest the data and find out which are the best traders. You can do it in a very intelligent, statistic way.